The food is so good.
We did it for dinner too.
Yes. The rice salad was good too. She's trying to give some away, so go get some for dinner. I'm not kidding.
Okay.
No, I'm ready for your
mid-afternoon.
I'm ready for my entertainment.
Oh, this is the pretty girl
I don't know,
with an
Megan.
opinion,
When
right?
your list it says Megan, afternoon entertainment.
Well, you know, we were listening to the Greatest Showman soundtrack on the way over here.
There you go.
I like the gray. She looks pretty in gray.
Oh, we got the sneezes going. Good. Don't forget the transition. You've got to let go at that moment too once she accepts it. So you convince her to stay under your seat and behind your hand. Good. Good. Good girl. Much better though.
We're trying.
The trot is really, really in a nice, consistent tempo. Watch here a little bit the shoulders though and the leg yields. They start out pretty good and then toward the end she starts pushing a little bit into the outside shoulder. So maybe don't do such long ones or flex her the other way a little bit back and forth. So you get a little bit more control. Watch that right shoulder. Yeah, good. Good. Yeah, it's the first maybe 10 strides are really good. And then she starts to cheat a bit. Good. And there, watch the bottom doesn't fall to the inside. Watch that left shoulder doesn't fall toward the rail. Just keep a little bit that outside shoulder between the hind legs. Yeah. Uh-oh. Good. Now a little outside flexion. Can you flex her a little left? Yeah, good. Good. Just make sure she's not bending too much to the right. Good mistake to have happen though. It's okay. Oh, she didn't think she made a mistake. That was the problem. The chestnut mares. That's better there, Megan. That's enough bend to the right. Yeah, good. Don't worry about that. She's going to make those little mistakes when you ask her to be straighter because you're making her work harder.
Okay.
So, in a way it's okay. It's like, yes, it's a mistake, but it's happening because you're creating a better reaction. Take your time, take your time. Good. So walk for a sec. Let's talk about this a little bit. I think maybe what I would do would be do like alongside in Hanoverian trot.
Okay.
Because then you're still making your point.
Okay.
In other words, you're fixing the aid, but you're getting out of that place where she's pissed off at you in the canter. Okay? And some of what I think really for her that we have to be careful with is she really almost we know she overdoes everything, but I think in her way, in her little chestnut mare mind, she's like, I know you want this, I'm trying to help you out, here I go, I'm really trying to be good. And so in her mind, she's really trying to be helpful and really trying to be a good girl. And then when she gets in trouble for it, then she gets pissed off. Maybe in 15 minutes we'll come back to it. So right now I would say let's do some trot work. Let's get some half passes, some shoulder in, mix that up with some turns on the haunches to change directions. Mix it up with some haunches in, mix it up with some renvers. Just try to change the questions a little bit with the aid, but we'll try to make her a little bit more obedient to the aids in the trot rather than making a problem for the canter. Yeah, good. Good. Yeah, perfect. Good, good, good. Keep it interesting. And I have no problem. She's, do that same thing the other direction and then do some little zigzags and half pass. I mean, she's athletic enough to do any of this stuff. There's no question about it. So we can use some of the harder movements to keep her a little bit interested and keep her mind engaged. I mean, train her mind, her body will follow. Okay, and a little half pass right. Good. And straightener. Good. Now a little counter flex left, just to make sure you can. There you go. Yeah. Now this long side, let's do half pass right, change over, half pass left, back to the wall. Yeah, you don't have to go all the way to center line. Quarter line's good enough. Because your half passes look good. It's just more about putting them together. Good. 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 Now comes center line, and let's try the 5 meter, 10 meters, 5 meters. Perfect. Change. Good. Shoulders coming. Lead her over. Keep the bend. Keep the bend. Change. And and finish straight ahead. Very good. Good girl.
I feel like I needed more left bend.
Yeah, you did. The right bend's a little better than the left, but when I told you to bend more left, you could. Okay, let's try left, right, left. So let's do it from this rein. So we have 2 left half passes, but it's the smaller ones. Little leg yield, pat her on the neck with the right hand. There you go, but don't give up the left bending idea. Yep, good. She hates that left leg sometimes, you know?
Maybe am I going too far back? Because she is so short back.
Yeah, or she may be coming into heat too. You know, sometimes those mares, they get a little tender on one ovary and then you put the leg on and it's like, good, that was nice. Good, that was such a good girl. Okay, so lock and give her a pat. That was super. Then we'll go back to the canter. Her brain right. I can't move it too far. The ears. Good. And don't be afraid to sometimes do a little outside flexion, straighten, and then back a little to the inside. Just so you get rid of a little bit of the tilting. Silly girl. Yeah, good job for hanging in there though. Yeah. Perfect. It's exactly, you just sit there, you don't change your position, you just keep riding the exercise, let her have her drama. And see, she's perfect because she comes right back onto the lead that you want her to be on after her little yahoos. Keep the exercise going. Exactly right. Perfect. Yeah, that was a good reaction too, Megan, because you didn't panic and try to get her quickly back into canter, because that's not really the issue. Again, the issue is just to keep the exercise going. Yep, go a little forward at trot in your renvers. Yep, get her used to accepting that left leg a little bit, pushing the haunches toward the rail. Yep, that doesn't matter. Just say, honey, I know, good job, there you go. Good. And now come on the quarter line. Still thinking a little bit of renvers to the outside, to the right. And now kind of leg yield, or go over toward the rail and canter. Yep. And try to get your right lead canter. Good girl. You know, it'd be easier if you would just do this. It would be a lot less work for your little red-headed brain. Yep, good. Just put her right back in round there. Perfect. Yay. Now, if you make it to the end, you're going to walk and reward her. Yay. Good job. That will create more submission to the aide she doesn't want to be submissive to. So you kind of, you know, sometimes you're doing, let's say, half pass. So you may have to take it down to turn on the haunches, or you may have to take it down to leg yielding. Does that make sense? You know, sometimes you have to go back to the simple screwdriver because the power tool's not working. So, and you know, eventually what happens with this kind of horse, which is really, sometimes it's like, dear God, make it happen sooner. But what happens is they become so, I don't want to say easy, because easy, they're never easy, but it's one of those things, Megan, you're going to have some rides on her where you just sit there and you start to think,
Yes.
I think I'm going to go do this. And just by thinking it, she does it. And when that happens, you're going to come out of the ring if it happens at the show, which it will a couple times. You'll come out of the ring and you'll be like, that was like a religious experience. That was the most amazing thing.
Yeah.
You know, and you don't even care if the judge likes it. You know, but usually the judge is like really high. So it's pretty fun, you know, and then that keeps you going for another month or two. Okay, we're going to do a little more canter. Now let's not go back to the counter canter though. Let's think a little bit maybe on the circle so we don't have to deal with changing directions. A little forward, back, forward, back, forward, back. Okay. Definitely in the back part I want to see a little bit the haunches in and pirouette canter.
Okay.
And maybe we should go on the left lead first. Yeah, just do a turn on the forehand off your left leg. And just move her off that left leg. And say, come on, let's just move over here. Good girl. Yeah, that's right. Okay, now turn on the forehand off the right leg. See, she wants to stop and be stupid.
Yeah.
So your job is to say, how do I keep the legs moving? And I tell you that kicking with both legs at the same time, which is what most adult amateurs would do because they don't think, that's when the horse leaps straight up in the air and says, yay, now you're really scared, mommy. Good girl. And then use your seat to go forward. Good job. So here's the other thing, Megan, in the canter. I want you to think about really using your seat more and more to go forward and to come back. And a little bit just sort of your legs like a wet towel hanging on her body. Okay, do something else, yep. Yeah, and remember too, we can trot a little bit and then canter. Very good. Good. Collect a little. Good. That's okay. No problem. Pat her anyway because she at least did a half halt. And the last month we didn't really have one of those, so progress is being made. Good. Now forward. Open your seat a little bit. If you need to support with the leg, fine. Now start to close your seat. That's okay. Go forward and trot. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Good girl. Now maybe as you close your seat, a little, kind of in the rhythm of the canter. Good girl. Good. Patter and forward. Good. So she says, okay, I'm half halting, but I'm still cantering. Yeah. Patter. Good girl. You're so smart. Good. And big canter. Excellent. And bring it back a little. That's a girl. Good. Good girl. Yay. Okay, and trotting. Good. Change through the circle. And let's canter out of the trot. Yay, good girl. Now bigger. Think of your seat, a little bit of support with the leg. Very good.
Okay.
Good girl. And smaller. A little smaller. There, good, big pat, yay. Good, and back to trot. Just go back to both seat bones. Well, that wasn't very graceful. And now bigger trot. Same thing, see, good, and smaller trot. Bigger trot. Good. Let that neck come up. That's good. Let her come up there a little bit now. And smaller trot. Same thing, although you can cluck a little bit. Like we're still trotting, but we're trotting a little more here under my seat. Good. Patter. That's it. And bigger trot. Nice. There. Oh, that's pretty. And back to your smaller trot. Good. Good. Little outside flexion and a little leg yield off the left leg because she's pushing a little bit that way. Now straighten her again and bigger trot. Very pretty. That's very nice in the contact too. Does that feel good? It looks really nice. Not too heavy?
No.
Good. Yeah, and bigger again. There, perfect. That's it. Okay, let's let her have a walk break. Good. Good girl. Yeah, you're getting some really beautiful. Okay. But again, I think she knows her job. So I think more that you just think about changing. Okay. The most subtle, if she doesn't change when you want to change, you can always make the A bigger. Okay. But let's try to make the most, like ESP.
Yeah. Connect the wire from my helmet to her bridle.
That's the shoulders. You've got to make sure the shoulders are in the new direction. That's a girl. Because she was super honest with the hind leg, but the shoulders were in the wrong place, so she couldn't quite get that front leg. Second time was quite good. Yay! One more each way. Perfect. And then we're going to get some popsicle sticks, whatever they do to Doberman pinchers to make the ears stand up. We need those for her. Don't let the left shoulder fall left, Megan. So her ears are up. Perfect. That's fine. But, okay, think about that change. The reason the croup comes up is because the shoulders are in the wrong direction. Okay? And so that's the only way she can change is by doing that really big extravagant hoopla. Perfect. See, that way you do a good job. This way you've got to make sure, take your right hand right, keep that left rein against the left shoulder. Take the shoulders right. Take the shoulders right. Yes. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. No, just doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Good girl. Good girl. Yep, it's back to that left lead. So let's try it at a different place. Okay, instead of the diagonal. Good. Let's loop out to center line. Good. Now think you're on center line. Think shoulder 4 to the right. Yep. Straighten her and change. Straighten. Straighten. That's okay. Good girl. Do you think you can get a change to the outside lead?
Yeah.
Because you could also do that. Okay, so this next change we want to try to do against the rail. I don't think you're going to get the difficult one, though. So, okay, now you're good. Now you're good. Left leg keeps her cantering. Good. Now straighten her. Good. Now left leg forward, right rein, right leg. Oh, perfecto. Good. Good. Just come across again somehow so you're in against the rail. Oh, yay. Doesn't matter. That's good. Now change on the half diagonal up against the rail. Good. Think a little shoulder 4 right. Good. That's right. And then you change. Perfect. Yay. Okay. Now she can be done. Awesome. So Megan, I think maybe the first couple are better up against the rail.
Okay.
So she has that security to help keep her straight. Because when she's out in the middle, she's a little bit like a contortionist. That, you know, this piece goes that way, that piece goes this way, and this piece goes this way. And it's a little bit like, you know, because when I say you've got to keep her straight, I'm sure you're up there going, uh-huh. And how do you suggest I would do that, Janet? But you know, I totally get it. You know, so we tried the first thing, just moving the shoulders, but when we moved the shoulders, she caboosed loose. So then it's like, okay, now you got to do those against the wall. Okay, makes sense? Good. And then, you know, once you feel like 9 times out of 10 you're successful there, then move them a little bit off the rail. Yay! You get a gold star today. Not too much drama.